himself alone. Calling to the dark.
I want to share a thought on culture and management for IG. For research, of course, I went to that font of all knowledge, TikTok, where I found a man who quoted a recent study that interviewed D1, 2, and 3 coaches who coach both men and women teams. His conclusion, to generalize, was that women need to feel accepted before they perform, while men need to perform before they feel accepted. For IG, with about 70% female employees and a real focus on positive culture, shout-outs, etc., there are implications. Team building may fall flat with men until they do perform, where the opposite is true for women. And I've got a bonus tip on personal growth. As you age, your ears and nose never stop growing.
Aaron, thanks for making me your choice. Must be the good looks and the sense of humor I bestowed upon you. Things in life aren't always easy, and I tried to show you patience and hard work would overcome any obstacle, along with being honest not only to others but to yourself. I've watched you grow for 31 years into this wonderful woman determined to get things done from start to finish. You have followed the recipe since grade school till today at Insight Global, and it's been very rewarding. Keep doing what you're doing. It seems to work. I love you, Dad.
Good morning, Chandler. I'm a little worried about holding the camera and not trip her, so, oh, darn! Oh, here we go. Here's my advice. Treat all fairly and equal. Lead by example. Be honest in all your endeavors. You're never too old to learn something. And most importantly, Daddy is always right. Love you, honey.
Okay, so you've all heard sky is the limit. Well, I'm going to challenge you because I don't believe it. I believe your belief system is the limit. So I want you to encourage you, right, to understand your belief system, where it came from, and where it's limiting you in success. And once you master that, the sky will be the limit.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Todd Harris, and I'm the Vice President and General Manager for an operating division of LabCorp. I am also the very proud father of Kaylee Harris, who asked if I would be willing to participate in the life advice session that I think you guys are going through. I gladly accepted, and my advice comes from a childhood story. Growing up in small town Mississippi, there was a plaque that hung on our wall in our house, in every house that we lived in, and the plaque simply read, "Life is not about doing the things you like to do, but liking the things you have to do that make life blessed." If you step back and think about that just for a moment, it's very, very true. If you truly, truly like the things you have to do, you'll never work a day in your life. Now, I lived with that phrase and from my parents telling me that over and over and over again as a young man, but I've since added to that phrase, and I'd like you to think about this. You know, when you think about liking the things you have to do, you'll never work a day again in your life. It's very, very true. But I would also encourage each and every one of you to have an open mind. In my case, it was moving to Chicago and embracing new opportunities and embracing new things. Found out I really, really love that, and that has propelled me well into the future. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope the little piece of advice is worthy, and you may tuck that away somewhere in your pocket and lean on that down the road. Good luck, everybody.
All right, hey guys, so really important message here. So obviously we're here at the beach, it's beautiful. You gotta live in the moment. Life is not a race, you know, we're not looking ahead to tomorrow. You know, if you really stay focused on today, you know, you can stay here. You know, if life is a race, you know, the finish line is death. So just remember that, stay present.
Hi, this is Pam Vickers. I'm Cece Bishop's mom, and here's some advice for you. Know your strengths and weaknesses and look for the good in other people. There's some good in everybody. When you find it, do everything you can to help that other person see it too. We often don't see the good in our own selves. All people thrive under conditions of encouragement, so be that person that encourages other people. Also, if your parents are over 50, help them with technology.
Here's my advice for growth. Surround yourself with people that inspire you, challenge you, and encourage you. These people help you grow in the right direction. Second, dream big. Set a goal, focus, and breathe. Growth in life is just like yoga. Don't give up and keep your focus. Finally, be where your feet are. You're either leading or you're learning, and you have to have strong roots to grow.
I'm a big believer in keeping it simple. Be the best you can be and do your best. If you think about it, the average, they do what they're supposed to do. But the greats, well, they do one more. Whether it's one more rep at the gym, whether it's one more phone call before they go home, whether it's one more compliment they give at the office, or whether it's one more deal they close. If you get addicted to one more, you will be amazed at what happens.
Hey, Brooke. One of the sayings we have at our insurance agency is you never know when you made the sale, you just know when you get the order. Let me explain that a little bit. There are people that you'll call on and even make presentations to that would love to do business with you now, but for whatever reason, the opportunities aren't there and they cannot do business with you at the current time. But things change. Maybe their business staffing needs will improve, or either current staffing provider lets them down on service. That's when you get the order, because they'll remember you back when you made the sale. So keep your head up and keep making plenty of sales, and I promise you the orders will follow.
Hey Kate, Mom and Dad, you asked us to do a video on life lessons that work for us as a family, so here you go.
I think one of the most important things that works for our family, and it works in the business world too, is to build that network of friends and neighbors and just anybody, the person at the grocery store or whatever, because those are your networking people that you need in your life.
Another life lesson that works for us as a family is, and it's probably the number one, is to take care of yourself. So don't take your health for granted. Make sure that you take care of yourself and your spouse and your family.
Another one is to have dreams. You have to have dreams to enjoy this life, and that's what you're working for. You're working towards those dreams. So if you want a sailboat, cut a sailboat out and put it on your refrigerator, and have all of your decisions you make geared towards that dream.
Another one that I think is important for a family is a life lesson would be always make your home welcoming to your children's friends. I think it's important that you not only know who your children are hanging out with, but they're always going to want to come here. So I think that's important.
Okay.
So Kate, another I think one that's important would be team building. I know that sometimes you have some long days, we all do, and we work through it. But it's important to build a team around you so you can always count on them to help you through those challenging days. So keep that in mind. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. So one thing that we did forget, which is most important, always have fun in life. We love you, honey. Cheers.
Hi, my name is Larry Raymer, and I am McKenna Raymer's father. As it relates to growth, I've been in sales for 24 years now, and I think one thing that has helped me grow is to surround myself with good people, build relationships. I think the key to growth is through relationships. Show up early, leave late. And when I think of growth, there's a quote that I really like.
And there is no such thing as a shortcut to the top. It takes good old-fashioned hard work, and it's worth it. Slow and steady wins the race. The tortoise beats the hare every time I read this story. Keep moving forward. You'll get there. Thank you.
Hey, Caroline. The horizontal video thing is a little rough. What advice do I have for you? Well, I don't think that I need to tell you to work hard, because you worked hard your whole life to get what you wanted, and you continue to do that. I think the best piece of advice I can give you is just seek out every opportunity that you can to learn. Learn from the people around you, the people above you and the people below you. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, meet new people, let them meet you, show them who you are and what you're capable of. And I think I would also tell you to work hard, but also know when you need to take time for yourself. Have a good work-life balance. Make sure that you take care of yourself, do the things that you want to do, see the places that you want to see, and know that no matter where you go, what you do, what path you take, your dad and I are so proud of you, and we love you so much, and I really can't wait to see what you do with your life, because I think you're going to do incredible things.
Hey Caroline, it's Dad. Just giving you some pointers in life. I've given you a lot of things throughout your teenage years and your 20s, like change your oil, check your oil level and all that. But what I just like to say is good advice is just to enjoy what you do every day at your job. If it's drudgery, it's not worth it, but just try to enjoy it. What I also strive also as well is that to look for just the little things in life that you can get enjoyment from or make you feel good. Too often people look for, big things, the next big thing, but it can be as simple as, going out to your car in the morning and the way the fresh morning air smells, or a compliment someone had given you during the day. Maybe you had a great interaction with a customer and it just kind of made you feel good, or even a song that you've loved that you hadn't heard in a long time that you heard on the way to work, or when you're working out, or in a store. So it's always to try to look for the little positive things throughout the day that add up to making yourself feel good. It's just a quality of life thing that I can't stress enough, is always kind of have something that you can make yourself feel good. So hopefully that gives you something that you can build on, and all the little things add up to big things. So that's my advice to you. Okie doke. Love you. Talk to you later.
We're Lindsay Cordell Victor's parents. We want to share a little bit with you guys about her life. It's not always been easy for Lindsay. She's had a lot of struggles, a lot of adversity to overcome, especially in her early childhood. She actually wrote a paper in the 5th grade called Life's Not Fair. Kids are mean.
They sure are. Sometimes Lindsay would return to sports, and when she started, she was 5 years old, played a couple of sports, t-ball and soccer, and as she grew older, she added more sports that she participated in, and she worked very, very, very hard. And I think that one of the things that I tried to leave with her was never ever give up, and that goes back to the failures that people have, especially young kids, and hopefully she'll remember that never, ever give up.
And Lindsay never, ever, ever gave up. In high school, she lettered 4 years in 3 sports. She was co-sports editor of the newspaper. She was an artist, won the art award her senior year. She also won the calculus award her senior year with a 100 average. She made the National Honor Society. She made All-State in softball. She went to college, played 2 sports, got out in 4 years, made the dean's list. It was time for her to graduate. She graduated. I gave her some advice that thankfully she did not take. And that advice was this: get your ass home and find a job. And she said, I'm not ready to come home. Well, being the stubborn, determined, non-quitting person that she is, she said, I want some work experience. So she found an internship with University Directories, which she completed that summer, was successful, came home, had been home about a month, gets a phone call from Insight Global. I believe his name was Whitson. He had seen her at the training at UNC and told her he felt like she would be a good fit at Insight Global and asked if she would interview. She did. And as you guys know, the rest is history. Love you, Lindsay.
Good morning, everyone. Just a few words of advice. Be respectful, helpful, honest, and hardworking. I think those things people will notice. So have a great day. Thank you.
Hello. If I don't know it, I can't grow it. Reminders in life. It takes only about 30 seconds to make a first impression, but it takes 20 additional encounters to undo or change a bad first impression. Powerful reminders. 55% of every message that we communicate is through our body language. 38% of every message that we communicate is through our tone of voice, and only 7% of what we communicate is our actual words. I want to share a little definition on leadership. Lastly, by Flippen, a leader is someone who sets aside a personal agenda and embraces a greater agenda of serving others. The goal of leadership is other people's success. Have a good day.
Hey, it's Amy and Todd, KG's parents, and my piece of advice is to stay curious. Growth mindset will take you a long way, both personally and professionally. Sometimes we just don't know the answers, and it's great to ask.
And my piece of advice is always to thank those who have helped you along the way, especially your parents.
So be kind.
And courageous.
You got this.
Hi, Jane. My first job out of college was with IBM. I recommend finding a great role model that you can emulate and learn from and have a little bit of fun with. Also, not to complain, but to be super positive, a team player, and also not to drink too much at company parties. That's my advice. Thanks.
Hey Jane, appreciate your asking for my advice about career and how to maximize it and do your best. My best advice is to bloom where you're planted. So I know some people approach jobs as a stepping stone to the next job. I always thought if you bloom where you're planted, if you do your best in your current role, then things will take care of themselves. The other thing I would say as someone who's employed a lot of people through the years is it's a lot more enjoyable to work with positive people. People who see the best in others and bring out the best in others. So that's what I would say. You know, bloom where you're planted. Work hard. Work like it's your last job. And it'll lead to good things. All right, love you. Thanks.